I'm John Heilemann. With all due respect to Mike Barnicle, like it or not, old man, you're stuck here for one more show.
That's why you stole my walker.
Happy Mike Barnicle Day 3 sports fans. On our highlight reel tonight, Carly Fiorina takes the field, Rick Perry takes a knee, and Bob Casey's at the bat. But first, President Obama delays his victory lap. Maryland Senator Barbara Mikulski came out in support of the president's Iran nuclear deal today, giving the White House the votes it needs, most likely, to sustain a Republican resolution of disapproval for that deal. Even so, with the several Democratic senators still undecided and the administration hoping to avoid a veto at all, Secretary of State John Kerry was in Philadelphia today, still making his pitch.
If your house is on fire, if it's going up in flames, would you refuse to extinguish it because of the chance that it might be another fire in 15 years? Obviously not. You'd put out the fire and you'd take advantage of the extra time to prepare for the future. My friends, it just doesn't make sense to conclude that we should vote no now because of what might happen in 15 years, thereby guaranteeing that what might happen in 15 years will actually begin to happen now.
That's John Kerry, fired up and ready to go. Mike, my question for you, the White House, John Kerry, everybody else, they're trying to get those Democrats over so that they can just filibuster any Republican resolution. But my question for you is, if victory is now for sure, if the Iran deal is going to get done, does it really matter whether it happens by sustaining a veto of the Republican resolution or avoiding that veto at all?
Yeah, I think it might. If you avoid the veto at all, if you trigger enough votes to filibuster the Republicans, I think it enhances the reputation of the president, the administration, the Secretary of State, and the policy itself, not just here in this country, but globally.
I'm going to talk to Bob Casey about this a little later and see what he has to say about this, another key vote who came over yesterday. But I got to say, the specter and spectacle of the House and Senate passing a vote of disapproval, the president vetoing it, or then having to sustain the veto in the House and Senate. To me, that makes the country look a little like a tin pot democracy in the eyes of the world. It seems to me it would be a lot better in terms of our ability to negotiate treaties abroad and have the world take us seriously to think that the president can go negotiate a treaty with the support of the rest of the world and that the Congress would not be able to get in his way in the way that they would if we had to go through this whole kind of goat rodeo.
Well, I agree with you. It certainly gives the impression and the reality to the rest of the world that we speak with one voice on foreign policy. And consider how far they've come. I mean, 2 months ago, it was jump ball, if you talk to several people, whether or not that they could get to enough votes to override a veto.
So Dick Cheney's out with this book, and I know you talked to him this morning on television on another show on a different network. Do you think that Cheney, his book, his daughter, all the arguments they're making, is that going to change anything about this debate, the fact that Cheney is out in force attacking the deal?
No, I don't, because of Dick Cheney's record with Iraq, with his still disbelief or refusal to believe that he made any mistakes at all in Iraq, de-Baathification, buying the intelligence, having his own intelligence shop in the Vice President's office. So I don't think his word in the book or verbally will have much of an impact at all.
Not a big fan of Dick Cheney. All right.
He's a nice guy personally.
Yeah, roll it.